Do not adjust your screens, everybody. Vince McMahon is back in WWE. There goes the goddamn neighborhood. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to What the Wrestling. This is your What the Wrestling news brief. In case you've been living under a rock. Oh, there goes the neighborhood. Vince McMahon is back, everybody. He is back in WWE. Vince McMahon reinstated to WWE Board of Directors. Wow. This is absolutely batshit crazy. So, as always, hit the goddamn like button, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is a What the Wrestling news brief. So I'm going to tell you guys what's going on with Vince McMahon. This is the latest. Man, this is absolutely batshit crazy. When Vince McMahon left WWE a couple of months ago, actually, it's been a while now. About 6 months. When Vince McMahon left WWE before, amidst allegations and paying off of women, the allegations about allegedly a lot of misconduct going on, and former employees. I never thought that he would be back. I'm not even gonna lie. You stupid. I know. I never thought that he would be back. But a couple of weeks ago, there were rumblings that Vince McMahon thought, and I did, go back on my channel. I did, talk about this. Vince McMahon said he was talked into, that he was angry because he was talked into stepping down from WWE when he thinks that it could have all blown over and he could have stayed and done everything that he was doing before. But he was like, you know what? I could have just did it. It would have blew over. Yeah, we would have took a hit, but it would have blew over. And still, this brother here is plotting his comeback. From that time on, he started plotting his comeback, which is crazy because, Vince McMahon has been doing this for like 2 of my lifetimes. He's almost 80 years old. He's been doing this a very, very long time. Decades and decades, years and years. So when he stepped down, the first thing I thought was, what the hell is this brother going to do? Like, literally, what's he going to do? He's known nothing. This has been the center of his life forever, literally, since the dawn. And now it's gone. What's he going to do? He needs to occupy himself, and he needs to occupy himself immediately. Because I'm worried for him because he's got nothing to do. How stupid was I? You stupid. Vince McMahon is the majority shareholder in WWE, and because of that, he can approve or deny any sale, anything going on with the company in regards to trying to license things or sell the company has to go through Vince, and he can veto any deal. So he found a way to wiggle his way back in. So Brandon Thurston tweeted earlier, Vince McMahon is back on WWE's board of directors. A new filing says effective immediately, Vince puts himself, Michelle Winston, and George Barrios on the board and removes independent directors Alan Wexler, Joe Ellen, Lyons Dillon, and Jeffrey Speed. Wow. Yo.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I'm back. Yo, you want to know what's crazy? So, Vince McMahon, this is how G'd up Vince McMahon is. Vince McMahon, and I'm going to read this article, so don't worry, I'm going to get into it. But Vince McMahon, in order to get back on the board, he has majority ownership with the shares, so he can effectively bully his way back in, even against the word of the board. The board says, because he tried to come back and the board was like, listen, we don't think that's a good idea. We don't think it's for the betterment of the shareholders because WWE is publicly traded. So they didn't think it was for the betterment of the shareholders. And he said, listen, I want to come back. So what he did was he put in place any sale. You know, the board, it's all about chess and power, right? So if you have a board member with 11 members, but 7 of those members are, let's say, on your side when you make decisions, then effectively you control the board, and whatever you want to do, the other members can't do jack shit about it. And essentially, that's what allegedly looks like is happening here. Some people had to be removed for Michelle Wilson and George Barrios to get put back on the board. So he put himself, Michelle, and George back on the board, and along with Triple H, and I think Stephanie's on the board, Nick Khan. So there's a couple other people on the board, but effective immediately, all of the people he put back on the board, if there's a vote or a decision and it has to come to a board vote, who do you think who do you think these people are going to pick? The person that just got them their jobs back, or the person that's going against the person that just got them their jobs back? And you want to know what's crazy? Michelle Wilson and George Barrios effectively were let go from the company, a year or two ago? They were let go from the company because they were having differences on the WWE network and how it should be marketed and where it should go and who should license it and blah, 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 blah. They were having issues internally, all 3 of them 2 and Vince. And essentially Nick Khan swooped in and said, I got this. And Nick Khan has been making moves and making deals ever since. And now all of a sudden, these guys are coming on back. I'm calling cap. So per Thurston, the filing also shows that McMahon has made changes to the WWE bylaws that state no media rights deals or company sales can be completed without his approval. He's a G.
Surprise, motherfucker.
He is a G. Not only did he come back, he came back and he said, you know what? This little part that says I don't need to take place with anything, we're going to scratch that out. Now everything runs through me. Everything. If y'all trying to get a TV deal, I got to approve it, big homie. If y'all trying to license WWE Network out or license something else out, big homie got to approve it. If y'all trying to sell this company, my baby, big homie got to approve it. Vince McMahon is a certified G. He is a certified G. He came in, so essentially, he came back, put people that are in his pocket on his side, allegedly, and then changed the laws in the law book saying that shit got to go through him or else. Bruh. Bruh. If that's not G shit, I don't know what is. This brother's a G. Big bully style. Let's keep reading. Lauren Thomas of the Wall Street Journal first reported Thursday that McMahon was looking to return to WWE in some capacity. And we're going to break this down, y'all. So don't worry. We're going to break this all the way down. McMahon was looking to return in WWE in some capacity after retiring in July while facing allegations of sexual misconduct. Thomas also reported that McMahon's return was linked to his desire to pursue a sale of the company. So, he had to leave because of sexual misconduct allegations. It was coming on strong. They were beating his ass up, or the media and Twitter and everybody else was beating his ass up for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So he was like, yo, you know what? I got to step down because it's in the betterment of the company. We don't want the stock to drop. I got to get the shareholders, got to be on point, whatever. So McMahon then says, listen, I just want to come back because the negotiations for TV is coming up for WWE and AEW. I mean, this is not an AEW review right now, but just so you know, television rights are coming up for both companies. So in his mind, he's thinking this is the perfect time to either negotiate for the highest deal or sell the company for the highest amount we can sell it for. And you know they're going to get billions for WWE. Whoever decides to buy it. It's probably going to go to a media company, i.e. ESPN, i.e. Disney, i.e. Who's another big media company? Maybe Fox. Don't think Fox is going to buy it, but Disney or ESPN or who's another media company? Or I want to say Viacom, but I'm not sure it's Viacom. Whoever owns FX. I forget who owns FX, but whoever owns them. So WWE, listen, all of those costs he was cutting, all of the talent that he got rid of. Why do you think he was doing that? Him and Nick Khan were setting up and cutting costs because you cut costs to make the balance sheet look good, to raise your profit so that you can sell your company. You look at the balance sheet, you trim all the fat, and then you present it to potential buyers like, hey, look at how much money we're worth. Look at how much revenue we've got coming in. Look at how much money and revenue we're generating and how much money we're keeping. So you start trimming the fat so that you can potentially be more attractive to potential buyers. But Vince McMahon said, listen, ain't nobody buying jack shit if I ain't a part of it. And if y'all got a problem with that, that's too bad. So let's continue. In a statement released by McMahon, he explained the decision to come out of retirement and rejoin the board of directors. First of all,
stop the cap.
Don't believe this brother. Whatever he's saying here is cap. He wants to come back and run the company and hostile take over this biatch. So let's see. WWE is entering a critical juncture in its history with an upcoming media rights negotiations with increased industry-wide demand for quality content and live events, and with more companies seeking. Why is this written like this? Because it's like messing my eyes up. With more companies seeking to own the intellectual property on their platforms, the only way for WWE to fully capitalize on this opportunity is for me to return as executive chairman. It's for me to, I'm laughing because this is bullshit. As me to return as executive chairman and support the management team in the negotiations for our media rights and combine that with the review of strategic alternatives. My return will allow WWE as well as any transaction counterparties to engage in these processes, knowing they will have the support of the controlling shareholder. Big boy talk, Don DeMarco. Listen, I'm giving him the Don DeMarco because he came in like a big bully. And listen, everybody talks about Succession, and I haven't watched Succession. I don't know anything about the show, but a lot of people are comparing it to Succession. I guess I need to watch it. I don't know. Maybe it's a good show. I've heard of it. But it's crazy because he's basically saying, listen, I am the controlling shareholder. Just want you to know. And anybody who thinks that they're going to buy WWE, any potential buyers, any potential licensing deals, any potential media companies that want to look at us and get quality premium content that's been on TV for years and years and years, you will have the full support of the controlling shareholder, me, if I am the chairman. If I am not the chairman, you do not have my support. You cannot sell my company, and I will block every freaking sale you think you about to make. It ain't happening, Captain. So, Brother Vince is out here and he ain't playing. He's gonna veto everything unless he's a part of it. That's basically what it is. As mentioned by McMahon, his controlling stake in WWE enabled him to facilitate a return. So I have a controlling stake in this company. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, but I need 2 people to step down so that I can replace them. Well, I need 3 people to step down so that I can replace them with the 2 people that I fired a year and a half ago, along with myself. That's what happened. 2 people stepped down, and then he put the two people that he let go, he put in Wilson and Barrios, and then he kept it. Then he put himself in, so another person stepped down, and then because he's a majority, stakeholder. Listen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put myself back up as chairman. So we're gonna put this crown on my head, and yeah, nice to meet you all, everybody. Now, stop the show. I have no idea. What this means for creative. As of now, creative is not being touched. As of now, Nick Khan and Stephanie still hold their positions. As of now, Triple H is still head of creative. So this does not mean that it's a dub for Triple H, or it's a wrap for him, or anything is going to be changed. But, and that's a very strong but, when have you ever known of Vince McMahon to just say, yeah, I got all my power back. I'm not going to use it.
Stop the cap.
I ain't never heard of that. People with power seek to use their power. If you think that Vince McMahon got himself back up in the chair just so that he can let Triple H do his thing and let Stephanie and Nick Khan do their thing, eventually, that's what he's going to want to do. I want to do my thing. You know what? Don't worry about this. Let me handle this. I got this. You go over there somewhere. I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. I hope not. Hope that I'm wrong. But time will tell. Joe Palazzolo, Ted Mann, and Joe Flint of the Wall Street Journal reported in July that McMahon paid 4 women a total of $12 million to remain silent about sexual relationships with him, as well as allegations of sexual misconduct. Among the women was former WWE employee whom McMahon had allegedly had an affair, external affair. McMahon reported to pay $3 million. We know about this already. I'm trying to look for the recent stuff. Report also noted a lawsuit. McMahon's reportedly declined allegations. Okay, so another thing is too. This would have been really bad if Vince McMahon came back and then the share price dropped. But if I am not mistaken, we're going to check the share price right now. If I am not mistaken, the share price is up 20% today. So the shareholders and the stock people, they were happy to see Vince back. Now, I think they weren't. I think they're happy to see him back on the business side. They don't want to see him in creative. Wow, Amazon is at 86. Wow, it's crazy. Let's see, where's WWE? We're gonna check the price right now. WWE, New York Stock Exchange, as my computer wants to move slow. But I think it's at like $84. $84.27. Stock price is up today like 20% almost. Oh no, at close 12. Yeah, 16%. It's up today. Craziness. Bullish on WWE right now. If you think that, and listen, the purpose of this company right now is to make the shareholders money. If they sell, they're going to make money. If the stock price rises because WWE is running the business side, they're going to make money. That's what that's what this company's supposed to do, make money for the shareholders. So I highly doubt that the buck is going to stop with that. He's going to want to see this. He's going to want to sell this company and see it in his own image, not Triple H's or anyone else's. So I do not foresee Vince McMahon just being on the business side forever. He will slowly but surely, from behind the scenes, start pulling at those strings so that he can make WWE and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown out of his image and not Triple H's. That's what I think is going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. But Vince McMahon is back, y'all. And he is back as the chairman. He is basically trying to facilitate a sale and see what's going on with these TV deals and start the negotiations. So literally, we're just going to have to let this play out, see where the chips fall, and keep it pushing. So we'll see what happens. We will keep an eye on the situation closely and pray to God he doesn't take over creative. But this is your What the Wrestling News Brief. Vince McMahon back as chairman of WWE. RJD here. I'm out.
How dare you?
Jesus Christ.